Scream 6 trailer. Scream 6, let's check it out, guys. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, including the Bafta Nominations. She-Hulk gets a visual effects consideration award or something like that. We'll talk about that. Michael Jackson gets a biopic. Some actor went missing in the mountains, and I'm kind of bummed out about it. Julian Sands, we'll talk about that. But we got some horror movie news topics today with Infinity Pool posters. Megan 2 was announced, but we start off today's show by talking about that Scream 6 trailer that dropped this morning. And as you can see here, that should have been set up. That's why I do the pre-show, and I messed that up, but oh well. Scream 6 trailer. Hayden Panettiere returns to fight Ghostface in New York City. Now, does she fight Ghostface? We didn't see that in the trailer. We'll take a look at the snapshots of the trailer here in just a few moments, guys. Paramount Plus has released the official trailer for Scream 6. Yes, Paramount Pictures, sorry, not Paramount Plus. Including Kirby from Scream 6. For Scream 4. Let's just get over to the trailer. That's what everybody wants. Stop with this, James. Now, guys, I've already done my trailer reaction for it. It was up on the channel about an hour and a half ago. As we know that this installment takes place in New York City. So, the trailer opens with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega coming into a convenience store asking for help, that they're being chased. Okay. Well, one of the clerks is like, help us. It's like, meh, I don't really care about this. Yeah. Ghostface comes in, and one of the guys is kind of like, what are you doing here? Get out of here. And he's like, oh, you got something to say, buddy? And he runs him through with his knife. And yeah, so we know that Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega were friends from the fifth movie. So yeah. Chris Schober says, do you think Stu is going to have a cult for Scream 6? Maybe, because we did see that here in the trailer, right? Arglass Viking says it was quite a busy trailer for Scream 6. Next level slasher for sure. So basically, they just want to establish that Ghostface is menacing in this one. We can see that his mask here, in this mask, it's all kind of, worn down a little bit, right? It's got some mold on it, or it's got some cracks on it. He comes into this convenience store. The clerk tries to shoot him with a gun, but he gets subdued. And then Ghostface takes the gun and dispatches him with some extreme prejudice. Not on the cantaloupes, man. Come on, please. You know how much I love cantaloupe. Anyway, yeah, they crawl around the store. And it's a good way to start off the teaser. I like that. But it just was helping to establish the tension in the mood. And they did show us a couple shots here of the New York skyline, trying to really establish home that they were going to be taking place in New York this time. And then Melissa Barrera is looking at the mask, her character, because she's the daughter of Billy Loomis from Scream 1, right? Now, sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Scream 5, which I really wish we should do. I'll find a copy and we'll do a watch along for it for sure. In fact, I think we will be doing all the Scream movies up to Scream 6 before its release in March 10th. So I'll have to count back 5 weeks. We'll start at 5 weeks before, and each week we'll do a Scream movie. Yeah. So there you go. That's what'll happen. And then we get to see them at a party of some kind. Ghostface walks up behind a glass. Jenna Ortega. Yeah, you got to use Jenna Ortega in the marketing in this, guys, because she's a big name. Everybody liked Wednesday. And, yeah, okay. So we do see multiple times here the mask that's kind of cracked and stuff. And then we get our first glimpse here as to possibly what's happening, right? There's some graffiti on the wall here that's saying, what's your favorite scary movie? So Ghostface has accrued some kind of fan base, right? Some people that like want to elevate him to some kind of status of worship. They go into a crate here, a building that's got some security gating here. And I think this is the fence where we saw in the pictures yesterday where Gail Weathers was trying to get into, like some kind of storage locker or something. And of course, with this group, we see Kirby. And there she is in all her glory. But Jenna Ortega, they're both short women, but that's okay. When they stand next to like Melissa Barrera or Courtney Cox here, that's Gale Weathers right there. You can see how short they are, but that's fine, whatever. Dermot Mulrooney is a cop that's investigating things going on. What's going on with this mask here? Oh, look at that. That is a uniform of one of the officers, either from Scream 5 or Scream 4 from Woodsboro. And so somebody's collecting heirlooms here. Okay, I missed that my first time through. And I'm sure that this is a shirt of somebody else who got stabbed. You were making a stab movie and somebody got stabbed. Okay, so this is where they're going into a warehouse. And this is when that vault kind of opens up and you see all the Ghostface costumes. And I'm sure people are going to be mining this image for all the relics in here. You can see Ghostface mask down here in one of these showcases. There's some pictures over here.
We've got a
yeah, let me freeze frame that. I'm just going to mute it because I don't want to get... Yeah, okay, so this is just the robes. So it almost looks like maybe there's like a council or something. Do you think Stu will be seen in Scream 7 or Nev Campbell if she is paid good money? Maybe. Well, I hope Nev Campbell comes back because they left the door open. I just hope they don't do something stupid in this one and say, well, she was killed off screen. You know, no, don't do that. You don't have to close that storyline. No, just leave it open. But it does seem like whatever's happening here, they've been inspired by the events of Ghostface, which was started by Billy Loomis and Stu Macher, right? So there you go. Could they have pictures of Stu in here? Could they have a videotape of Stu saying that, hey guys, this is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it, like a de-aged version of him? That's a possibility, because it looks like they've got lots of artifacts in this room of Ghostface and his his different iterations. Okay, so here is Gale Weathers with a picture of somebody kissing her. Is that Gale Weathers? Caller unknown. So did she have like a son or something? Okay, because yeah, here in the trailer, Ghostface does come to get Gale in what looks like her condo or apartment or something, but there's somebody else in the background that he subdues. Now, I don't know if it's a security guard. See, standing here, maybe that's that guy in the picture. He's walking out to her, and then he gets taken, and so somebody close to her dies again. Okay. Yeah, I like that image. That looks haunting because it's lit from underneath and it's just kind of like perfect lighting there. Same directors as Scream 5, guys. Same directors. So that looks cool. And then, of course, a chase ensues. I don't think that they're going to kill Gale Weathers in this one. I think she survives. I think Courtney Cox herself just kind of revealed it subtly in some of her social medias that she's going to survive, which is fine. You don't need to kill Gale Weathers. Okay, so they're in an apartment complex. It looks like they climb across a ladder from one building to the next. They're in a warehouse again. She's Melissa Barrera's all bloodied up there. She's got a piece aimed at somebody. And I'm sure this is where Billy in her head is going to be talking to her and guiding her through whatever madness ensues. Yeah. Cool trailer, man. A lot of short stuff happened here. Let me see if I can slow this down here a little bit and see some of the things here. Okay, so it looks like she's being lowered down here. Jenna Ortega's character is being lowered down here at one point. I don't know if it's to safety. It doesn't look like she was in peril or anything. It looked like she was being dropped down. So she wasn't going to die there. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who she is. But there's Dermot Mulrooney again, the cop. He could be in on it. Yeah, guys, March 10th. Who is this? Who's that actress? We'll have to look that up in the IMDb here in just a few moments, because I want to know who that is. And then, yeah, it ends with that teaser, where the teaser was of them on the train, and you see all the other people ready for Halloween and stuff like that in different costumes. We've seen Freddy. We see Pinhead here in one, the Hell Priest. Yeah. So it looks like this girl's going to get it. She's one of the survivors from Scream 5, right? And then it just says Scream 6. So let's go down and see what some of the people are saying here in the comment section. Love the vibe of this trailer. It definitely has a darker, more sinister tone than the last film. Yeah. The 7-11 sound is everything. Melissa is looking a lot more engaged in this. Also, finally, some proper Gale chase scenes. High hopes for this, really. This looks like a really great refresh of the franchise, and I love the darker tone and mood. So everybody's talking about that darker tone, for sure. Our Glass Viking says, I couldn't call myself a Scream fan, but I'm actually looking forward to this movie. Yeah. The cast, the setting, the genre, the return, the mystery, and that is why I love Scream. Yeah, when we do our full watch-alongs, guys, because you know, because I just spoiled it here. If you haven't seen the first Scream movie, you know there's 2 killers in it, and that was one of the big reveals, that it was Stu Macher and Billy Loomis, right? Which is a really cool reveal for the first movie, that you thought there was just going to be one killer, but then when both of them show up, it's just like, yeah, Scream is so awesome. And I like how each iteration kind of reinvented itself a little bit with the different takes on who the killer could be and stuff. So while I sort of spoiled the first one, when we watch it, we'll be looking at things in a little bit more detail. Yeah, because there's things out there that I want to look at, because which one is doing the killing in the first one, right? Is it Billy under the mask, or is it Stu under the mask at certain times? We'll be looking for that kind of stuff where we go and do our watch-alongs as we build up towards Scream 6, March 10th, guys. Let's go over to the IMDb, and I want to take a look at who that actress was. Scream 6, March 10th. The blonde actress, because she looks vaguely familiar. Melissa Cabrera, Jenna Ortega, Courtney Cox, Jasmine Savoy Brown. Yeah, Mindy. She's the one that's probably going to get done in there on the subway. Mason Gooding, Hayden Panettiere, Kirby is back. Josh Segarra. Okay, so who's that blonde? Samara Weaving. So that was Samara Weaving? Okay. I'm guessing she's just going to have a small part in it, because she doesn't even have a name here. I don't think that they would say that she's going to be one of the killers, right? I don't think that they would do that. Let's see if I can pull up that shot again of Samara Weaving. Yeah, that's why she looked familiar, right? Yeah. Samara Weaving, right there. Cool. Yeah. Chris Schober says, I heard that they're Red New in Chucky Season 3 TV series on Sci-Fi. Huh? What? Red New? Yeah, there's going to be another Chucky series. But that's Samara Weaving. That's why she looks familiar. And she's got like a very similar look there to Margot Robbie a little bit, right? Okay. Maybe she'll be like the opening kill. That's probably what this is, guys. She's going to be like the opening kill from Ghostface to establish it. You know how it always starts off with a really like gory kill? Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen in that. Okay, I talked about that for 15 minutes, guys. Did you watch the Scream 6 trailer? Follow the links in the... I'll link it to the cards, my reaction to it. It's up on the channel right now. But everybody's going to be doing their reactions to it now. It's been flooded. The market's been flooded with Scream 6 reactions. Let's continue on with the horror movie news vibe and talk about Megan. Because Megan was somewhat of a big hit here for January. Sequel started off the year with a horror movie, and Megan, sequel set for 2025. Allison Williams and Violet McGraw returning, so the mother and daughter will be returning. If you've seen the movie Megan, guys, you know exactly what's going to happen next. Well, it's AI. She's now kind of, she's not contained to a body, like one body. She can move back and forth, kind of like Ultron, right? That's pretty much what she is. Ultron. So yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer because Megan, as of now, has 96.7 million at the worldwide box office for a $17 million budget. It's a no-brainer that's going to happen, and it's still going strong. It was number 2 last week, still just behind Avatar. So it's getting the positive word of mouth. People are liking it. Our critics score is 95%, 79% by the audience. Now, if you saw my review of it, you know what I thought about it, but I was in the minority that I didn't think it was the second coming of Christ, which a lot of people seem to think that it was. I'll just give you a snapshot review here. I love this movie so much and had the absolute best time. Wow. Okay. Megan is an enjoyable horror life romp, knowing, amusing, but not particularly scary. And that's what I said. It's not really scary. It's like if you're a newbie to horror and you get freaked out a lot, well, this is kind of like a softball. This is something where it doesn't have a lot of jump scares. And when she starts the killing, it's like it's not too bloody or gory, but it's creepy. She's creepy, right? And it's a doll that can come off like an assembly line kind of thing. And I expect it to start. I would expect a Megan 2 to begin exactly the way that Chucky, what was it, Chucky 2 that started, where it showed like all the dolls being made and stuff like that in an assembly line. That's what Megan 2 is going to be, right? So Akela Cooper is returning to pen the sequel. Okay. And yeah, they had a lot of great ideas that they wanted to do for the first one, but this had to dial it back because they didn't want to go too much over the top, right? Yeah. So there you go. Violet McGraw. So the mother-daughter will be returning. And I'm surprised, though. I'm really surprised. 2025, that's like it will take you 2 years to make a Megan sequel? It shouldn't. If that script was done, like, say, in the next, maybe it's scheduling. Maybe it's scheduling. If that script was done, like, let's be generous. Let's say if that script was done in 4 months, knowing that you're going to shoot a sequel, you would already, for the script to be done, you would have to have a treatment, right? So you would have an idea as to what the story is going to be, so you can set up, you can do location scouting and stuff like that. You could shoot this movie and have it done this year for 2024's Halloween time. That's what I would be aiming for. But, well, 2025 is what their release date is. Probably January 2025, the same month that the first Megan came out, so that they could put their stamp on it and say, we own January. That's just the way it is. I heard that Megan is coming January 17th, 2025. Yeah, right there it says that. January 17th. So, yeah, I still think that they could get it out sooner. I think they could. I even think they could probably get it out for January 2024. But they just want to take their time with it. I'm sure they're going to get more money for the budget, which always could be a mixed bag, guys. Sometimes when they get more money, it's kind of like part of the constraint of having a lower budget is what makes it good, right? Because you got to think outside the box to do things. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Infinity Pool. Comes out at the end of the month here, guys, and I'm looking forward to it. The latest Infinity Pool character posters tease more terror from Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård, and this is one I'm really looking forward to. There's Mia Goth right there. That's from the first trailer, right? Brandon Cronenberg, son of David Cronenberg, directs this movie, and there's a poster from Alexander Skarsgård. Now, I'll be a little bit honest. That character poster, okay. Well, it is what it is. Let's see if I can blow that up a little bit. People acting weird. Hey, guys. Let's get rid of some of these ads. Cleopatra Coleman. Yeah, not too much there. There's the Mia Goth one. Of her with her mouth wide open. Her gaping mouth. Sorry. But yeah, she can open her mouth pretty big, wide there, right? Yeah, it's weird. It's like Alexander Skarsgård is, I think, is the main character. He gets infatuated with some kind of art group or something that ends up wanting to kill and torture him or something like that. Very abstract. And they put on like these wax masks that it's really creepy, right? Infinity Pool. Yeah. While staying at an isolated island resort, James, Alexander Skarsgård, and M, Cleopatra Coleman, are enjoying a perfect vacation of pristine beaches, exceptional staff, and soaking up the sun. But guided by the seductive and mysterious Gabby, they venture outside the resort grounds and find themselves in a culture filled with violence, hedonism, and untold horror. A tragic accident leaves them facing zero tolerance policy for crime. Either you'll be executed or you'll be rich enough to afford it, or you can watch yourself die. Ooh, that's cool, actually. And you know what's cool about this is that it's coming out January 27th, right? So we started off with a horror movie this year with Megan, and we're going to end off this month with Megan. We started with Megan, and we're going to end with Infinity Pool. January's been a really good month, and it's a great way to start off 2023, right? All right, guys, normally we do a movie news show daily, 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday here. And what else can you find here on the channel? Aside from trailer reactions for like Scream 6 and stuff, well, we do series reactions for things like The Last of Us. Every Monday, 1 p.m., guys, we'll be doing The Last of Us watch-alongs, full live watch-alongs. So you can watch the entire episode with us here on the channel Mirror Domains. We did Kaleidoscope on the weekend. It's a Netflix series that nobody's ever talking about. Nobody's watching it because Netflix does a terrible job of promoting it, but it's like a heist series that you can watch in any order. Giancarlo Esposito is the lead in it, and the cast is great. This cast had good chemistry. I can't champion that enough. We do full movie watch-alongs for things like The Pale Blue Eye, Christian Bale, Murder Mystery in that one too. Emily the Criminal. I had lots of fun with that. We did that last week too. And today is going to be our first retro movie reaction for The Man in the Moon, Reese Witherspoon. From 1991, a retro movie reaction, guys. Now, we've done past movies before that were retro, like King Kong and stuff, but that's up on the channel. And this weekend, we'll be watching The Innocents, Saturday, 1 p.m. It's a horror day because, we'll be watching The Innocents, where these kids go and have like psychic powers or something like that and force adults to kill themselves. It's really bizarre. And speaking of Saturdays, guys, Saturday morning we'll be doing our horror weekly roundup. We'll be talking about all the horror movie news headlines, including talking about some spoilers for Missing. Missing opens up this weekend, and I'll be seeing it later today. And of course, you know that we do movie news here live daily, 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. You can follow me on all the other social media handles right there, guys. See some behind-the-scenes stuff on the TikTok and Instagram. Chris Schober says, I just watched the Terror Train 2022 remake and Terror Train 2 sequel. I really enjoyed them on Tubi. Are they both on Tubi? There's just so much that I would love to do with you guys and watch all of these with you. It's just, I would have to open up the evenings. I'd have to do it after. So they would be like 6 p.m. Like, not even that. It'd have to be later than that sometimes. It'd have to be like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. start times for some of these watch-alongs. And maybe I'll have to consider that because, you know, streamers on Twitch, they stream for like 3 or 4 hours a day and people come and watch them. And why wouldn't you want to come and watch me watch movies? Watch series together. Just turn on the camera and let it go. Yeah, that's maybe something I'll have to consider for sure. Okay. Yeah. They just released the Rebel Moon teaser today on YouTube today, did they? Well, I'll have to take a look. I don't know about that. Let's get into the rest of the movie news stories. Michael Jackson biopic, Emancipation's Anton Fuqua to direct Michael Jackson biopic for Lionsgate. John Logan to script. This came out yesterday, guys, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I do like Antoine Fuqua, but that movie, Emancipation, should have not come out last year. It should have come out... That should have been put on the shelf and just forgotten for like a year or so, because it starred Will Smith, and people just were not interested. They just weren't having it, you know? They weren't ready for Will Smith yet. He'll be welcome back, but he's going to be directing a Michael Jackson biopic, and Guys, I'm going to be brutally honest. I respect Michael Jackson for his commitment to his craft of dancing and singing. Even though that you hear the horror stories of his father, um, and the brutality of just him saying, "Gotta sing, gotta sing, gotta sing," for this kind of thing, right? So there is some tragedy there. There is some story there that could be worth exploring, but I don't know if they're going to be allowed to touch any of that. And there was that big, huge, dark cloud hanging over the last decade of his career of what was he doing with kids at his ranch. And I know that a lot of people still side that he was innocent because he wasn't proven anything, but I'm of the camp that I prefer to kind of like it. Hey, um, if it's possibly true that this happened, maybe we shouldn't be making celebration movies of him just yet, because as things come to light, you'll make this thing that, oh yeah, he was really awesome and he did great things, and then a year later some more evidence comes to light that is kind of like, uh, now Antoine Fuqua, you really don't look good. What were you doing with that Michael Jackson film? This was what people are going to say, right? Why were you making that, right? When now we know the truth or whatever has come to light. And maybe he is innocent. Maybe he didn't do those things, those terrible, awful things that nobody should ever do. I was actually kind of happy that he had kind of faded a little bit from the public spectacle. Um, um, it's touchy subject matter. It's going to rub people the wrong way because the Michael Jackson fans out there, they're the diehards. Is he can do nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And that's what you're going to get. I just prefer to kind of like wait a little bit, guys. Wait for it. But I guess we're going to get it no matter what. So a script is by John Logan, and the film will be produced by Graham King, who turned Freddie Mercury. And a lot of people, yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, I kind of like, just watch the real concert footage is what I said from them. Rami Malek. I don't know. Okay, I acknowledge it. It's movie news. But as I said, he did spend a lot of time rehearsing, working on dance moves and stuff like that, being creative and stuff like that. So there's stuff there that's worth talking about. But I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want it glossed over. Is what I'm saying. You know. There it is. Michael Jackson biopic. I'm not going to talk about that too much longer. Let's go through the BAFTAs. The BAFTAs are next. The BAFTA nominations are out, and guys, it's pretty much the same. BAFTA, in case you're wondering, stands for British Academy of Film and Television Arts. So it's the British Awards, right? And it's the same kind of thing. Best film, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So it's the same kind of field that you got from, well, the Critics' Choice and the Golden Globes. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. It's just, you guys are, all these award shows and all these nominations, it just becomes cumbersome after a while, right? I'm not going to go through all these because it's pretty much the same kind of thing, right? Best Adapted Screenplay. Outstanding British Film. There we go. Let's talk about that one. After Sun. Banshees of Inisherin. Brian and Charles, Empire of Light. Good Luck to You, Leo Grant. Living. Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical. See How They Run. And The Wonder. Oh yeah, The Wonder. Hey, that was with Florence Pugh, and that's on Netflix. I did watch that, but I didn't do a watch along with you guys. I liked it, but it's kind of like a morally, I don't know what to make of that story. The Wonder. Who else was in that? Actually, I think Toby Jones was in that, right? With Kieran Hines. She's like a doctor that goes to investigate a girl that doesn't eat. for like 6 months or something. She doesn't eat food. And then you find out that, well, it was like this village believes in that she's like an angel from God, right? And they're like, well, you can inspect her, but you can't go near her. You can't touch her, kind of thing. And why can't you? Because there's a real reason why she has been not eating. Well, obviously, there's some mystery there, and it's kind of like, it's about abuse, sort of, like parents abusing their kid, kind of like making them believe something that it's not. And spoiler alert, she takes the kid at the end and gets her out of there. Yeah, and it's kind of like, well, you just kidnapped her, basically. Very interesting movie, though, on Netflix, guys. Yeah, so that's nominated for Best Picture, huh? Best English movie. Outstanding debut by a British writer, After Sun. Okay. Electric Malady. Blue Jean, Good Luck to You, Leo Grand, Rebellion. Film not in English language. Quiet Girl, Corsage, Argentina, 1985. I need to find a copy of that, because that won for Golden Globes, right? All Quiet on the Western Front is on Netflix, and I need to watch that one too. Documentary. I don't really care about that one. Animated film, Pinocchio. I still need to see this Marcel with the Shell. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I need to find a copy of that one too. Cinematography. Do we got editing? Production design, costume design, hair and makeup. Where's the sound? Visual effects. Probably can go to Avatar. Maverick. Best short film. Okay, so there it is, guys. You can go check that out. Very similar, right? All Quiet on the Western Front got 14 nominations. I'll have to take a look at this movie. Yeah, maybe we'll have to do a watch along for that. Maybe next week sometime we'll fit that in. Or maybe Friday. Maybe this Friday we'll take a look at it. It's in German, so it's a foreign film. Maybe we can keep Fridays for foreign films. Although no, we can't, because Fridays we need to keep for series. I don't know. We'll figure it out. She-Hulk got a nomination for something. What is that? Hey, we had lots of fun here with She-Hulk on the channel, didn't we? We did full live watch-alongs for She-Hulk. I really had lots of fun with it. No, it wasn't the most outstanding series of the year by far. It was cheesy at times. Some of the episodes were like a meh, but I had fun with it. Especially when she goes to that guy to get her suit made, and he's like, oh, has the Hag police come in or something? Or has the Hag squad come in? It was just like, wow. And Tatiana Maslany was great in it. So they got a VFX award. What? Hold on here. Nominated for Outstanding Animated Character Award despite fan criticisms. Okay. Yeah, and people complained about the animation, saying that she didn't look good or anything like that. But I wasn't watching it because of the animation of her. I was watching it because I liked the character. And I like the model of her that they used. There's something about the hair, green. It got me mesmerized a couple times. And when she started to twerk, I don't think people cared about that either. We had lots of fun with it. It had a very questionable finale. I'll give you guys that much. Yeah. The real question is, where do they fit with the storytelling? Well, whatever. VFX. Character design. Okay. So that's cool. And then this just tells us the full list of nominations includes Skull and Bones, Callisto Protocol, Umbrella Academy. Outstanding animated character in an episode, commercial, or real-time project. At the Visual Effects Society Awards. Visual Effects Society Awards. Okay. Hourglass Viking says, She-Hulk really brought a smile to my face. I hope it wins the award. Yeah. Because I like the design. Was the textures on the clothing the best at times? No. I'll give you that. But it did have some laughs in there. It did have some good episodes, for sure. Okay, now let's talk about Mandalorian Season 3, guys. Now, we did a trailer reaction for the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer for an hour straight on repeat. I tried something new on the channel. Uh, yeah, so I've watched it, but I was surprised to learn that apparently there's a secret alternate trailer for Mandalorian season 3 on Disney Plus exclusively for people that have paid for that subscription. There's a secret Mandalorian season 3 trailer that includes alternate footage. Okay, so here's how to watch it. If you go to Disney Plus, I guess you have to go to. Come on, tell me where it is. Yes. The last piece of new footage still managed to drop some. Okay, I guess you just have to go to their extra credits part. I guess marketing campaign. Their look at Mandalorian core effect. Okay, so I guess you have to do something in their little browser thing that says extra content or something. Early look. But yeah, now I haven't been able to track it down on YouTube, but I'm sure somebody's going to post it up. Now that this news is coming out that there's an alternate trailer with extended footage, and it's going to be posted on YouTube in a matter of time. You can't stop that, Disney Plus. People will just record it and put it up anyway, because you can't, these kinds of exclusives. Yeah, so the Mandalorian's page on the streaming service and visit the Extras tab. It is featured alongside the official trailers for their Season 1 and 2, a special look at Season 2 and Season 1 recap. The Mandalorian Season 3 trailer on Disney Plus includes one shot of new footage. Okay, so it's only one shot. Featured below. Oh, good. So some good citizen has already posted it here below. And what it is just a Star Destroyer with a couple of people standing there. It's kind of dark there, actually. Can I blow that up a little bit? No, I can't blow that up. I can blow that up a little bit. You see people standing here. It's kind of like a beat up Star Destroyer. No, wait, hold on here. You're telling me that a Star Destroyer is only that big? No, because I mean, come on. There's something about this perspective here. You're saying that they would have to crouch to get inside the bridge area, and the bridge is like 3 or 4 floors. No, there's something off with that perspective. Maybe that's like a prototype Star Destroyer. I don't know what the heck that is. But that's what we see. It's going to be on Coruscant, it looks like. Yeah. So one new shot. I don't know who these characters are here below. But, so we're going to be seeing... Well, we know that we're going to be seeing Coruscant, and we know that, okay, we're going to be seeing a beat-up Star Destroyer, a miniature Star Destroyer on for the alternate Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. So just know that that's out there. We'll take a look. All right, guys, we got some bad news to talk about. This one kind of bums me out because it was the first story of the day that I saw. Julian Sands is an actor that I admired. For his works in Warlock, Arachnophobia. Actor Julian Sands reported missing after Mount Baldy hike. The 65-year-old performer is known. Apparently the dude was out walking on a hike in an area that was being reported not to go out and check out because it is being hit by snow. So he went hiking on Friday and then was reported missing after Friday going on a hike. And that sucks. Around 7:30 p.m. he was reported missing Friday, Baldy Mountain area, according to authorities. Ground crews. So we don't know exactly what happened, but if he was caught in an avalanche, what this article does say that the area was... what was this? The press issued Wednesday noted that conditions have led to 14 rescue missions in the past 4 weeks, that 2 hikers have died in that span, and he's going out hiking in this area? Is he trying to look for the people or what? I don't know what you're doing out there, dude. Man. Yeah. Avalanches are no thing to joke about. You see some of those videos on the social media of like people trying to run out of the way, thinking that, oh, it's not a big deal. Trust me, guys, I grew up with snow. Trust me, even like this amount of snow. Um, you think, oh, it's just that. It's not that deep. You can just reach your arm up. The thing is that when you reach your arm up, it all caves in all around you. So and it compresses, especially in an avalanche too. You don't think that that much snow could be that deadly, but it weighs down on you, and basically you can't breathe. You think, oh yeah, I'll just keep a little space here so that I can breathe, and I'll wait there until I'm safe. No, it's just it's unbelievable how heavy it can get. It just blows your mind. And to know that he was out hiking around in that and stuff, yeah, it just my feelings tell me that they're gonna find the body, and it sucks because he did have a good career. I liked him in the Warlock movies. There he is from Warlock, um, in Warlock 2. Now they weren't the greatest horror movies. Richard E. Grant was in the first one too, right? Um, but yeah, he kind of plays like this evil magician kind of thing, this warlock. um, but he was also in Arachnophobia as the professor, right? Um, and then he was also in David Fincher's remake of the girl with the dragon tattoo, right? He was the younger version of Christopher Plummer's character. So he was in that. That was the last thing that I seen him in. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I hope they find. I hope that he just fell down somewhere and he's just holding out and he's not buried under snow. Like that's the best thing that you can hope for him, right? That he's just like got a broken ankle or something and he just can't move, kind of thing, right? Of course, the clock is ticking. Because of food and water and stuff. But if there's snow, then you can drink the snow. You'll be full of parasites, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Hopefully he gets found. They are still using drones to look for him, apparently, though. Yeah, search continues via helicopters and drones as weather permitted. And the ground crews will begin their work as soon as possible. Man, that sucks. Julian Sands, I hope you make it through, man, but my face, my feelings tell me no. Hope you make it, man. Hope you make it. All right, what's next? Amanda Bynes. Let's try to get a feel-good story here in. Amanda Bynes was down on her luck. She was. She had substance abuse problems, but it looks like Amanda Bynes will reunite with Nickelodeon's All That cast members. Yeah. Yeah, because she is going to be attending a convention. Makes her first public appearance since the end of her conservatorship. Yeah, she had one of those conservatorships like Britney had, right? She really was thrust into the limelight at a young age, and that has a detrimental effect on a young person. And she didn't take it so well. She got like body dysmorphia. She would, just like Britney, she would like cut off her hair and put weird things into her face, and she was under the influence of drugs and alcohol probably, and it's just it was a bad situation. And then they had to like commit her at one point, right? And it seems like she's starting to put the pieces of her life back together, that she's got help. And now she's going to be going to this convention. So she still has a fan base. People are still rooting for her. I went over to her Instagram, and this is the only current image that I could find of her. There are paparazzi pictures of her out there that don't do her really all that justice. But it was good to see. That's only 7 hours ago. No, wait, hold on. When was this posted? September. Okay, so this was 2 years ago, right? This was 2 years ago that she posted this one. But yeah, she's changed, and that's what drugs will do to you. You don't feel like it is happening to you at the time, but she can come back from this. I think that would be cool. She's coming to a convention for her fans. And it seems like she's getting her her life back in order. And that's cool. That's a thumbs up in my book, right? Arglass Viking says, love the first Warlock movie. I hope Julian Sands' family get closure soon. Hope he's okay. Yeah, me too. Me too, man. There's just something about his manner. Like, even when you watch how cheesy those Warlock movies were, there's just his line delivery and stuff. He had a certain charisma about him that I admired. Chris Schober says, do you think the CGI Luke Skywalker will have a cameo in season 3 of The Mandalorian? I actually think that it will. And you know that shot of Coruscant when you see that lightsaber cutting the door open and all the Jedi are ready to cut open? People are thinking that could be Anakin Skywalker. But I'm thinking that it could possibly be Mace Windu as well, coming to the rescue after getting cut down by Palpatine. Maybe. I don't know. Although you would see it. Well, yeah, his saber would be gone, though. So maybe not Mace Windu, but somebody else in the temple. Yeah, that's what I think. Okay, let's go to some hit or miss headlines where we talk about, if it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll just move on. This is kind of a hit for me, talking about conventions. Major League stars reunite at sports convention. Hey, I really enjoyed the Major League movie. It was lots of fun. Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson, yeah. And Wesley Snipes. Where's Wesley Snipes? I don't see him here. The ensemble cast, yeah, huge hit. Years later, at a convention in Houston, TMZ has published the 3 of the poster of them together. Fans signing autographs. Okay, you can check out those below. All right, so let's just take a look at some of these images. Yeah. They played for the Cleveland Indians, which is now what? The Cleveland Guardians, right? All right. So it's just taking a little bit for it to load up for some reason. Major League 3 still in the works, says Tom Berenger. Well, he wouldn't be the player. None of these would be the players anymore. They would be like coaches, right? So it's possible. And I think there was like straight to TV sequels. But it was kind of like, it wasn't even about them winning the big game. It was just like them winning the pennant, right? Or something like that. The right to go to the playoffs. Okay. You can load up your pages and there they are. Okay, there they are. Yeah, and Tom Berenger's, he's up there in age, guys. That's cool to see the 3 of them. And Charlie Sheen's there. Cool. That's a cool image. Yeah. I think Tom Berenger's still making like those sniper movies for some reason, isn't he? And that's a hit headline for me. I like it. I like when casts make movies together and they can, and they have like a lasting friendship, you know? Because you hear stories about some casts, they get together and they hate each other. But when, you know, they've made that movie such a long time ago, they can still come together and have laughs together. You hear about that from like the members of like the Lord of the Rings movies. They just had great chemistry. The 4 guys who played the Hobbits, they still get together from time to time. It's just like, yeah, that's cool. That's a thumbs up in my book, guys. That's a thumbs up in my book. What's next? For hit or miss. The menu. Roll. Daniel Radcliffe almost played a role in The Menu. Well, which role was that? And I wish The Menu was playing on Crave, but it's not. That bums me out. Because we do a full live watch along if he did. Well, which character is... He was going to play John Leguizamo's character, because there's a movie star that John Leguizamo was playing. And John Leguizamo right here was going to be played by Daniel Radcliffe originally. Okay. I don't know. He wasn't a big character in it. He was just kind of like that, hey, I'm the movie star and I'm kind of like full of myself kind of thing. And John Leguizamo did a good job in that. Can this guy be our new Batman? Maybe. In James Gunn's DCU? Could he? Maybe. And then the article also said that Emma Stone was going to be originally Anya Taylor-Joy's role. But Anya Taylor-Joy did a great job. She's a fantastic actress. And Daniel Radcliffe almost had a part in it. menu. Yeah. Wouldn't have worked. So some people think that it wouldn't have worked. I don't know why. Daniel Radcliffe, he's getting a lot of praise for his role as Weird Al Yankovic, right? So I think that could have possibly worked. Nicholas Hoult, right? Right there is in the middle. Maybe, possibly. Our Glass Viking says a few theorists think it could be Quinlan Vos rescuing Grogu. That would be someone we're seeing in live action. Well, we've only seen Quinlan Vos in Episode 1, Star Wars Episode 1, right? In live action. He was, Obi-Wan saw him in the cave in the Obi-Wan series. Like, he left a note in that cave and he said, Quinlan Vos. Yeah. So we've seen Quinlan Vos in Episode 1. He was on Tatooine when Jar Jar was trying to get that little lizard thing, and it flew and hit Sebulba, and then they got in a fight in the street. You saw Quinlan Vos in the background. Chris Schober says, do you think that they will make that remake or prequel to the Christine movie that I heard it could be directed by Blumhouse? I thought I heard that too. I heard that too, Chris Schober, that there's a Christine remake. That could be easily made now with they'll probably use an AI angle on that, you know, the car is being taken over by AI instead of just an evil spirit. Our Glass Viking says, I would cast Dakota Beavers, Predator Prey, as Quinlan Vos. Dakota wants to play a Jedi. Okay, well, that'd be cool. Yeah, I would love to see that. All right, well, are we done with hit or miss? No, we got a few more, right? Chloe Grace Moretz makes a great Supergirl and gorgeous fan art. Guys, this is just one of those things. You see the headline, you want to look at the fan art. I was going to look at this the other day. Didn't we look at this the other day too? Maybe that's when I pulled this when I was doing that show of watching Mandalorian for an hour. Guys, it's just interesting to look at. We saw this the other day too, where they made the fan art of Nicolas Cage as Superman. This is on Horrific Heroics Instagram. I'll be brutally honest. These fan arts are just them sticking the head on the art, right? And it's kind of like, Chloe Grace Moretz is cool. I really loved her in The Peripheral. She's a great actress. And could she be a good Supergirl? Of course she could be. Yeah, okay. Sort of a hit. Aubrey Plaza was on the late night show with Jimmy Fallon, and she was talking about her show, Emily the Criminal. Says lack of guns made Emily the Criminal a better film. Yeah, I was just thinking about that because she talked about it, and she said that because she helped produce Emily the Criminal, and she said that she didn't want to have guns be prominent. Now, there were guns in it towards the end, for sure. But I remember, too, that she was even reluctant as a character. Like, some character offered her a gun to defend herself, and she didn't want any part of it, right? I remember that in our reaction. So it's cool that it's coming up in news and stuff like that. People are talking about Emily the Criminal, and I implore you guys, if you haven't watched our watch along, or if you wanted to just watch the film by yourselves, it's up on Netflix right now. So go check out Emily the Criminal. It's a very short film. It's just an hour and a half. It moves fast just like this, and it's got some really cool scenes in it where she just like owns. She's like Michael Corleone, right? There's just things in her that snap like that where she just takes control of a situation. And it's very cool to watch. From Aubrey Plaza, Emily the Criminal. That's a hit in my book. It is. Okay. Is that all I got? Yeah, that's all I got. Okay, let's take a look for the Christine remake. Doubtful. Stephen King doubtful about Christine remake from Blumhouse. Yeah, so it's been in talks for years now, it seems like. So people were talking about in 2021. It's possible. Will be extremely that word. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. Let's go over and take a look at the old Twitterverse, and we'll round out the show for the last 4 minutes here, because in just over an hour we'll be watching a Reese Witherspoon movie, The Man in the Moon, on Tubi. And since we have access to Tubi, Chris Schober, we may end up watching those Terror Train remakes and have fun with those, as long as they don't have a whole lot of nudity. That's the thing. If it's got a lot of nudity where I kind of have to be holding my hand over the censor button, I don't like those. At least if it's got nudity and I've seen the movie before, I know when to hide it from you guys, right? It was always a dance watching House of the Dragon with you guys, because it was kind of like, okay, we're going to see something here. Oh, there's some nudity there. I was lucky, though. I was just like, I was lucky. Because if I could get caught, then it's going to be like, I'm going to lose my streaming privileges for like 6 months. And I can't afford that, right? All right, let's go over to the Reddit Roundup, or the Twitter Roundup, and see what's going on out there. Priyanka Chopra. She just had a kid, didn't she? With one of the Jonas brothers? Oh, yeah, there it is right there. It. James, did you just refer to a kid as an it? Yes, I did. I don't know what the name is, so I'm sorry. Alec Baldwin and the armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed will face criminal charges for the fatal shooting of Rust cinematographer Hannah Hutchinson. So Alec Baldwin's going to get charged. That's huge, guys. And they went back. I thought they made peace and said, okay, we're going to finish the film for the good of the crew and stuff like that. And then you heard that Alec Baldwin wants to sue them, and now he's going to get charged. Alec Baldwin will face criminal charges right there over fatal shooting. And the props master too, right? And the armorer, yeah. For probably negligence, right? Alec Baldwin and Hannah Gutierrez Reed will face criminal charges for the fatal shooting. Okay, but what is the charge? I want to know if it's manslaughter. Probably, right? Because it wasn't premeditated, right? After a thorough review of the evidence and the laws that state of New Mexico, I have determined that there's a sufficient evidence to file criminal charges against Alec Baldwin and other members of the Rust film crew. Cormac Altwise said Thursday, on my watch, no one is above the law, and everyone deserves justice. But I thought they made peace with the family. Like, the family didn't want to press charges. I guess the story will unfold later on throughout the day, guys, as I get the chance to read this. Yeah, because I don't... Okay, so here's the charges. Let's take a look at the charges. The first charge is 4th degree felony with... Oh, sorry. The first charge is 4th degree felony with sentencing up to 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. A second charge is formally an involuntary manslaughter. Okay, so that's what I thought it would be. And the commission of a lawful act charge is also 4th degree felony, punishable up to 18 months in jail. So a year and a half in jail is what they would be facing. However, the second charge additionally carries a firearm enhancement that gives the offense punishing mandatory 5 years. I don't think that'll happen, because the judge and if there's a jury in this, they'll look at all this, all of the fallout that played afterward, and yeah, if any of these 3 people, Alec Baldwin, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, and David Halls, had done their job, Helena Hutchinson would be alive today. It's that simple. Well, you don't know that. You don't know that she would be alive today. She wouldn't have been shot that day, but you can't guarantee that she would be alive today. It's kind of like later on today, I may go for a walk, slip and fall on the sidewalk and bash my head open. You just can't account for those things, right? But Alec Baldwin getting charged there, guys, huge news. What do you guys think about it? Have you read the article? Let me know in the comments below and we'll talk about it. Chris Schober says, should you check out the teaser for Rebel Moon? Has the Rebel Moon trailer dropped? Let me just refresh my feed. I know that they had that first look yesterday. I'm checking my feed out here. I don't see it listed there. Let's go over to the Netflix pages and check there. See if Netflix has it up on their home page. Because if it is up there, it'll be on there. Save the dates, African Queen, The Upshot Part 3. I don't see it. We just have our first look. And if you follow the channel here, I've posted the shorts video of the snippets from Rebel Moon. And we went through it rather extensively yesterday, actually, of that teaser look through. But I don't see it. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it drops in. If it drops like in the next hour or so, we'll post it up later on today. I don't expect it to, because it's it doesn't come out until December 22nd, so we're still 11 months away from it, and I don't expect them to ramp up marketing this early for it. We just got our first look for it, guys. Yeah, let's go back to the old Twitterverse and see what we missed, because that Alec Baldwin thing is huge, and people will be talking about that. Taylor Russell, she was in Bones and All, which she was okay in, but I just didn't like the movie, guys. I didn't like the movie. Ghostface. Yeah, Scream 6. That's the big headline of the day, too. Scream 6, first look, first images. Hidden pen at the air. Stunning beauty. People don't recognize her because she had short hair, right, in Scream 4. But hey, girls change their hair all the time, so it's kind of like, it's expected. Jenna Ortega, yeah, you gotta use her all over the place for marketing. Great actress. Troy Revolori and Samara Weaving, yeah. So that is Samara Weaving. I just want to check out something here. Was Samara Weaving in Babylon as well? I think she was, wasn't she? I know that's my punching bag, but I'm not going to rag on it. I just want to see if that was her. Yeah, that was her. Okay, yeah. So it was curious because she did have an interaction with Margot Robbie in that movie. That's right. Because they do sort of similarly look the same, right? Here she is there. And I said that, right? And I think more than ever now, I'm convinced that she's just going to be the opening kill. She was in Babylon. Yeah, she was on one of the movie sets. You can see that's Samara Weaving right there. She does sort of look like Margot Robbie, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh, new poster. Hey, I like that poster. That's a cool poster. I dig that. Let's pull that up. The new Scream 6 poster. Let's see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Let's add the old heart to that. Remove the banner. Yeah. I like how it kind of emulates the skyline there, right? Scream 6. One of these people is the killer. Which one is it? Wait a minute. We got Kirby on here twice. She's right there. Oh no, that's probably Samara Weaving right there, right? I don't know. And I like how the knife comes up through here. That's a cool poster. That's a cool poster. I dig that. Yeah, that's her from the 4th movie, and yeah, she had short hair in that one. She's aged gracefully, right? She's only in her 30s. So she was like 20-something when she made that, right? Like 20, like young 20-ish. Is that it, James? No, that's just people's reactions. What am I doing here? Scream. Act now. More Bafta nominations. Bafta. All right, guys. It's 12:05. I'm going overtime here. I gotta go. I gotta make my breakfast here and get ready for Man on the Moon. Man in the Moon. Man in the Moon with Reese Witherspoon. Man in the Moon. In an hour, guys. Man in the Moon, Reese Witherspoon, romantic comedy. It's just over an hour and a half, so we'll be checking that out. Retro trailer reactions. Retro movie reactions, sorry. I'm going to have to make a new playlist for this. Yeah, it's coming in by request. Next week, we'll be doing a request from you guys in the live chat for a retro movie reaction. I'll post a couple of options for you guys to choose from so that I can find it. It has to be either on Tubi or some streaming service that I have. But if not, hit that thumbs up button, guys, and I'll see you next time on Mirror Domains.